Yeah, so our bar, 220 up, we are connected to the American Prohibition Museum during the day, so we do everything very classically around here. So the name Congress Street 220, or 220 Congress Street up, you know what? You can say it any way you want, but it is essentially the address with the word up or down, because back during Prohibition, when there were speakeasies, the way that you would know how to get there is that it would be called the address of where it was, and then up or down, whether it was upstairs or downstairs. So during the day we work with the Prohibition Museum as a speakeasy sort of treat at the end of the museum. People will come in and have a menu to pick drinks off of. They are all classic pre-Prohibition, Prohibition cocktails. And they are welcome to enjoy their cocktail here in the speakeasy or walk through the rest of the galleries that we have here. And then at night, we switch over into sort of our own bar where we still are a speakeasy, but we have a larger menu of all of classic cocktails. And then we also have a lot of craft cocktails that are crafted. The menu is curated by our bartenders here. So every bartender has their own drink on our menu, so everybody can show off their skills. My drink, I actually don't have a drink this menu, but the last menu, my drink was called the Good For You, and it was a sort of cachaça, ginger turmeric type drink, and I called it that because when you're drinking like a gingery turmeric drink, like you feel like it's good for you, and you know, it might not actually be. So during the day, I'm just gonna kind of separate it like day and night because it's really two totally different operations we got going on here. But so during the day, our list of classic cocktails, I will always recommend the Chatham Artillery Punch to people, which like I know tourists have seen on many a chalkboard outside of the bars and restaurants around here. But because we are like a historical museum, we make it the classic way. So this is the way that it was made in the 1770s when it was invented here in Savannah. And we kind of describe it like the grandfather of a Long Island iced tea, kind of. There's a little bit of bourbon, there's a little bit of brandy, a little bit of rum, some lemon sugar, and it's topped with a sparkling wine. So it sounds really scary, but I promise it's very refreshing. There's only a little bit of each. And what did they say? They call it the humbler of tourists, the vanquisher of men. So that's what I would recommend during the day for sure. At night, right now on our, I don't know when this is going to be playing, but right now on our bartender curated cocktail menu, one of the bartenders, Connor, he invented this drink and he calls it the Betty Boop, and I literally cannot get enough of it. It is like essentially a PB&J espresso martini, and so I know all the girls out there, all the espresso martini girlies would live for this one for sure. We use Chiquita peanut butter agave spirit, so it's like a peanut butter tequila with a little bit of Chambord, a little bit of coffee, and it is just delicious. I love it. It's a little bit of both. It's like we love to leave it for them to sort of discover. So like they'll come in and the classics are on one side of the menu and then our cocktails are on the other side. So they'll take a look at the classics and flip it over and then be like, oh my gosh, I've never even thought of putting this and this together. So a lot of people who are like very adventurous and are looking for a really special craft cocktail experience will order those curated drinks because you can't get them anywhere else. We made them up. So much experimenting. So we really rotate our menu, our custom menu. We rotate it every 3 months. So within those 3-month periods, we are back here experimenting, figuring out flavors. We have a little kitchen in the back, like a prep kitchen in the back, where in the fridge we just have things like that the bartenders are thinking of, like what if we tried this infused syrup, or what if we tried infusing rum with this thing. So I think that's really one of my favorite parts about working here is the fact that we have so much freedom to really be creative with what we do, and so that equals having fun at work, which is like unheard of, but Yeah, kind of. Everything I do is perfect. What do you mean? No, I'm kidding. I was trying to do like a twist on a Vesper, which is like the James Bond martini, but I was trying to use slow gin instead of regular gin and vodka, and like the flavor was just kind of not there. But that's the fun part about it, is like we have this beautiful array of liquors. We have so much liquor. I do believe we actually have the widest bourbon selection downtown. So, I mean, look at it. But we have so much to work with here, so the trial and error doesn't seem that daunting, because it's just like, if this doesn't work, we got this right here type thing, so yeah. Yeah, so we offer cocktail classes here every night, starting at 7 p.m. Every night except Sundays, starting at 7 p.m. And we do, it's around 2 hours, and we do a couple different drinks. We do 2 samples, or 3 samples, and then we do 2 full cocktails that we all make together as a class. And I am an instructor of one of those classes, and I love it. It's probably my favorite part of the job. I love to teach. And so they are super, super informative, but also a lot of fun too. I like to make it sort of like a drunk history kind of vibe. Like everybody's having a good time, and we're drinking a lot, so. But yeah, those are great. Yeah, we have the formula, so it's like a set class. First, we talk about like stirred cocktails and the history of cocktails in general at the beginning of class. We make a sample of a stirred cocktail. We all make a stirred cocktail together, and then we talk about the shaken cocktails, do a sample, all make one together. Not gonna spoil what they are because, you know, they're a little surprised. But we do start off the class with a sample of the Chatham Artillery Punch, just to kind of welcome people to Savannah, because it is our drink, so.